Alright guys, I thought I would share with you some of the modifications I made to my Econobooth, no longer called the Econobooth, it's now called the Brilliant Booth because everything has been improved and made better. First of all, the bottom plate there, no, that's not scuffed up. I have it sitting on cardboard so it doesn't get scuffed up because I want it to look nice. One of the first things I did was change those god-awful black knobs and replace them with white ones. These knobs are 3D printed, and they use a higher quality bolt than the ones that come from China. I promise you that. They will not strip out. Now, I can't guarantee the booth threads won't strip out, but the bolts will not, and that's usually what ends up going first. So these are the actual, I haven't replaced these yet. I'm going to get some shorter ones for up here, but these are the actual knobs that were included, and it's not so bad up here, but down there in the middle of all this white, it just looked terrible. Now the next thing I did, looking inside the cabinet here, is some nice wire maintenance. Got everything fastened up nice and tight, and my power supply velcroed to the inside there. The cable, the extra cable, zip tied down right here. Looking up here, it is loose, so I can disconnect it. I do have the pigtail mounted right here, but I can unplug and drop that down and separate it for transportation, not a problem. I didn't do anything with this connector. I was concerned it might be hard to get apart, but after doing it once or twice, I think that'll be fine for right now. Not concerned about that one. Now up here I did the same thing. I don't plan to really change the lighting much, but if I did need to, the buttons are facing out, so I could just reach in and press the buttons. The next thing you'll notice, I don't have it plugged in right now. I have a double-ended, I think they call it a male, but it's usually a female when you insert. And unfortunately, I think this is, they called it a double-ended male when I searched for it. I was like, this doesn't seem right, but it is. And you'll notice I have the other end right here would plug into it. And the reason being, these two don't go together, obviously. So I had to get this little guy to assemble it all. We'll get back to that later. Now, looking up a little bit further, the next thing that drove me nuts, right over here, they had this god-awful pigtail right where I have my plug. This pigtail was horrible. It stuck out so bad. The wire got pinched right in here horribly bad, and I knew this was not going to last very long. This was going to be probably one of the first things to go, so let's just get rid of it right now. And I also got myself a right angle USB, and that goes under there. There's a right angle USB-C under there. The next thing I did over here is the little battery pack piece that slides in where you can use this as a ring roamer. It was turned sideways, and I thought that was absolutely stupid because none of my batteries seem to lock in to this little latch right here. They all sit right on top of it. And my first thought was, yeah, I'm going to be using this. The battery's going to slide off and the lights are going to go out. It's going to be terrible. So why not put it so they can't slide out, because you're going to be holding it like this. So now gravity's going to hold it in place. It's not going to be an issue. You'll also notice these here that hold the front cover plate on. These were replaced. I didn't have a problem with the ones that were there other than the fact that they were a pain in the butt because they sat so close, it was hard to get a grip on them. You'll notice that mine are raised off the surface, and they have a slightly beveled piece underneath that keeps them raised, so it's very easy to grab and turn and lock it into place. Then the next thing you'll notice is this bracket right here. This bracket, it was 3D printed, and that holds my additional lighting on the top, because we all know if you don't have lighting up high, you end up with horrible shadows like you see on the garage door there. So this gives me a little extra lighting high up. I don't have those problems. It's very easy to remove too. Just take this. Now I've just got it finger tight, but you can use an Allen wrench and simply remove that like so. And then grab the back of the ring roamer here, lift up, and boom, you are off and away. Now here's the other cool thing. I'm going to bring this over to my table real quick. And this little guy right here also plugs in right there to the side of my battery connection. So one cable does both. I don't need any extra cables, and this made things a heck of a lot easier. All right, well, here's a look at the front of the booth, and you can see those knobs are not standing out like a sore thumb. You'll notice the light on top, and here is the back view. I also bought a white IEC power cord, and here is the booth in use. It's been very good so far.